you're feeling so good. What are the odds that it's a cold June day? What are the odds that the only seat open in the sun is next to a woman? What are the odds that that woman's husband will have just died from colon cancer? What are the odds that she's a believer and she wants to pray for me? That's not coincidence. God put her there for me. One last quick little story. One night I was at home and I was feeling a little down. And I had to go to the grocery store. I went to the Scott's and I get my groceries. I walk out, I get in my truck, and my car pulls up right next to me, and I didn't think much of it. I go to put it in reverse, and all of a sudden there's a guy standing right next to me. I roll down my window, and to make a long story short, he was an ex-Baptist minister who went around the parking lots spreading the good news of the gospel. And he told me that night when he pulled into that parking lot, and he didn't park next to me at first, he just parked in the middle of the parking lot and he prayed, and he said, Lord, show me who needs you. And he said this feeling came over him that he was to deliver a message of encouragement to someone who needed encouraged. And he said he got done praying, he looked up and he saw me walking out. That's why he drove over and parked next to me. And he confessed to me that at first he thought he had the wrong person, because we talked for quite a while before I shared with him the fact that I had cancer. And as soon as I told him I had cancer, he got more emotional than I did. And he said, son, I'm here to tell you, the Lord wants me, he wants you to know that he's with you and that it's okay. It's okay. And I went home and I felt so blessed. What are the odds of that pastor picking that parking lot at that time, looking up, seeing me, and coming over and talking to me? You want to tell me that's a coincidence? No way. God is sending people to me. It's unbelievable. And the last thing is, I can feel the presence of God more now. Some days when I'm in church, especially early on, I would just break down. I mean, me and Stephanie were just talking about this. I would just start bawling. Now I've gotten a lot better. I can control it. Because it's a little embarrassing when you're sitting in the middle of church and all of a sudden you do, but it's tough. I get very teary-eyed and very emotional. But it's not because I'm sad. It's because I feel such joy, incredible joy. And it always seems to happen when the congregation's singing a song or during communion. And I wish I could describe to you the feeling, but it's such an awesome feeling. It'll just come over me, and it's like God's telling me, it's okay, buddy. It's okay, I'm with you. It's okay. And that brings me full circle back to our question. Why do bad things happen to good people? And the answer, maybe, just maybe, is they don't. Maybe what we perceive as being something bad isn't. Maybe God is using that to bring you blessings. Now, having said all that, I have to confess to you, there are still moments when I feel very sad. And not sad for myself. Yeah, we're looking at you. I love my wife. She drives me nuts sometimes. I get very angry with her, but I love my wife. And I don't want her to be a widow in her 40s. I don't want her to have to raise 2 children by herself. And my children, some of you may know them. If you don't, I wish I had two big glossy pictures of them here. I have a little boy in the 3rd grade here and a little girl in the 5th grade, and they're so cute, and I love them so much. And it makes me sad sometimes when I think that I may never see them graduate from the school that I love, or from a high school or college. It makes me sad when I think that I may not be at my son's wedding. I'll never know his wife. And then the one that really gets me, of course, is it makes me sad that when I think I may never get to walk my little girl down the aisle. And then my grandkids, I may never know my grandkids. And I don't want to just be some picture on the wall and they say, "Mommy, who's that?" "Well, that's your grandpa Tony." But I tell you this, not so you'll feel sorry for me, not so you'll have pity. I tell you this because next week is Thanksgiving. And many of you, if not all of you, will be gathering together with your families. When you gather with your families next week, do not take it for granted. Moms, you see your sons, you remember that day he got married. Dad, you remember that day you walked that little girl down the aisle. And you grandparents, when those little ones say, "I love you, Grandma, I love you, Grandpa," you remember, some people will never hear those words. So you give them an extra tight hug. And then that night, when everyone leaves, you get down on your knees and you thank God because we have an awesome God. He is good. Praise the Lord, for He is good. I may have stage 4 cancer, but I love my God, and He loves me. Praise the Lord, for He is good. You have been a most gracious and kind audience, and I thank you.
It's pretty awesome too, isn't it? And I just want to say that I don't even think I can say anything. Molly is awesome too, and it's been so great to see how Concordia has embraced them and to see their faith as an entire family just grow and strengthen. God is awesome. Thank you.